time I got to Milwaukee, I was beginning to think about a theory of leadership, that there was more to just being and doing whatever came naturally to you, that we had to be more thoughtful about what the privilege of leadership meant, what you bring to the campus so that people appreciate whatever needs to happen in that particular campus. And so I began to think about vision, and then I went about collecting aphorisms about action, because ideas without action are, the little aphorism says, meaningless, but I think it underscores the point that vision is important. It must be there. It cannot not be there. It has to relate to what people have said about the future of the university, but in the final analysis, you've got to get something done. And I will prove that by telling you that at SUNY, I hired 54 presidents. The only question that really mattered to me in 150 presidential interviews, what can you say got done on your campus because you were leading the activity? What can you do? I want to know who I'm hiring, and I want to know if you're going to move the dial, because otherwise nobody will ever know whether you had a vision or whether you went somewhere if you weren't carefully attacking the actions that evolve out of vision. So I needed to find a way in Milwaukee to engage as many people as possible. We live in a democracy. You have to accept the fact that there are many constituencies that have to be at the table, and everybody can't be there. Through representative democracy, we crafted a discussion of a couple hundred people, and we moved to a second part of a theory of leadership, which is vision does trump everything, but it has to be at the hands of many. And then finally, no surprise to my theory of leadership, you've got to constantly tell the story. And I don't even care if people are laughing about UC 21 or the Milwaukee idea, or of course you've heard of the power of SUNY. But in all three cases, we created vision. We created it at the hands of many. We held ourselves accountable to a set of ideas that would actually move the dial. That's why you know about students and who's being admitted to UC, because we are booking it, we are tracking it, we are looking at the data. And then, in my view, I am the chief spokesperson as president or chancellor. I could, do you have any remarks to make? I could say yes every time I'm asked, because I am expected to tell the story. If I'm not telling the story, who else is? With the legitimacy of a leadership role. So if I had it to do all over again, and I took another university presidency or chancellorship, I would have adapted my theory of leadership according to everything I learned in Cincinnati. I would be much more conscious of the notion of collective impact, that we have to use ourselves as instruments of improvement, that we would look very carefully at what our problems are. So even in the greatness of the University of Cincinnati, I'm guessing our graduation rates aren't what we'd like them to be. Because as someone said to me one day, do you think any student comes to the university not expecting to graduate? Isn't that what everybody kind of wants? And if we're 30% shy of that, or in a best case, 20% shy of that, why couldn't we get better? Why couldn't we improve? And why couldn't we do this little table by little table, little department by little department, little cell by little cell, and over time, be able to say, you know what? We're improving. We're not there yet, but we're really getting good at improving. And I think our time has come. I think we have the resources right here in our own backyard, because Children's has some interest in this. And apparently some of the talent from Children's is moving over to UC Health. And if you can move to UC Health, I bet you can move to UC. It keeps me alive. It keeps me active. it keeps me interested and engaged, and it underscores not only the importance of leadership, but the importance of where you learn what you learn. And that, for me, really started here.